Today we mourn Brian Thompson, a man who revolutionized healthcare by denying it. With his visionary use of glitchy AI to evict the elderly, and his bold rejection of life-saving claims and ER visits, he proved that compassion is overrated when profits are on the line. Thousands suffered, many died, but the shareholders are happy, and that's Brian. Rest in peace, Brian, even though your victims never got the chance.
So this is obviously the true crime story that everybody in America has been watching. The UnitedHealthcare CEO shooting latest, suspect Luigi Mangione charged with 5 crimes in Pennsylvania. Luigi Mangione is in custody in Altoona, Pennsylvania, as a suspect in the brazen Midtown Manhattan murder of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson last week, according to authorities. Mangione, a 26-year-old from Maryland, has been arrested by Altoona police on unrelated charges, according to the authorities. He has been charged with 5 crimes, including carrying a gun without a license, forgery, falsely identifying himself to authorities, and possessing instruments of crime, according to a newly released criminal complaint. The charging document alleges that Mangione lied about his identity to police and carried the ghost gun without a license. When Altoona police asked him if he had ever been to New York City, Mangione started shaking, according to the charging document. He didn't answer the question directly, police said. Charges could be filed against Mangione in the homicide as early as Monday or Tuesday, authorities said. Investigators are working to determine whether anyone else was involved in Thompson's death. Mangione was on a Greyhound bus traveling through Altoona on Monday morning, sources said, when he got off and walked into a McDonald's, where a witness recognized him from images of the suspect circulated by the police. Mangione was sitting and eating with a McDonald's employee, reported him. New York City Mayor Eric Adams said at a news conference Monday afternoon. He matches the description of the person we're looking for. A customer thought Mangione looked suspiciously like the shooting suspect and alerted the employee, who called the police. Adams said they believed we had a strong person of interest in the shooting death. Officials later confirmed during a news briefing in Altoona Monday night that Mangione is now a suspect in the taking out of that man. Mangione had a ghost gun capable of firing a 9mm round and a suppressor, police said. The gun and suppressor were consistent with the weapon used in the murder, NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch said. The gun may have been made on a 3D printer. Mangione had a 3-page handwritten document that speaks to his motivation and mindset. It does seem that he had some ill will toward corporate America. Ill will seems very euphemistic. Authorities are going through his writings more thoroughly to understand his motive. Mangione also had multiple fake IDs with him, including a fake New Jersey ID, matching the ID the suspect used to check into a hostel in New York City before the shooting. He was carrying a U.S. passport that identified him as Luigi Mangione, police said. Police also recovered clothes, including a mask consistent with those worn by our wanted individual. Police said it appears Mangione, a 2020 graduate of the University of Pennsylvania, acted alone and they did not have his name before now. Authorities said they're working to trace his movements from New York City to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro said he was traveling between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, with stops in between, including in Altoona. Police said they were working to develop a full sense of his timeline in Pennsylvania and how long he has been in Altoona. Shapiro thanked the individuals at McDonald's who acted as a hero. I want to ask all of our fellow Pennsylvanians to demonstrate the same type of thoughtfulness and courage and smarts as the individual at McDonald's did this morning and help law enforcement here in Pennsylvania as we continue our investigation. He also thanked the Altoona police who acted swiftly to apprehend Mangione. Shapiro lamented how some online have celebrated rather than condemned Thompson's killing. I understand people have real frustration with our healthcare system, Shapiro said. This killer is not a hero. He should not be hailed. A United Health Group spokesperson said in a statement Monday, "Our hope is that today's apprehension brings some relief to Brian's family, friends, colleagues, and the many others affected by this unspeakable tragedy. We thank law enforcement and will continue to work with them on this investigation." So that is the story of his apprehension. He got caught up by going to McDonald's. Okay, let's see what some people are saying on Reddit. So this is entitled for an article, and I'm not sure if this was posted before or after, but the article is titled "Schmurder is an awful answer for healthcare anger. Online endorsement of the killing of a slain insurance CEO is evidence of a terrible coarsening in society." And I just want to say that people are angry for good reason. If they pay into the system, they should get what they expected. So, of course, people are angry. And I believe that this probably helped wake folks up who are in charge of denying folks because people should not be getting rich. People should not become millionaires off of denying claims. So, it's righteous anger, in my opinion. And how many people died because of this man? How many people died? I don't know, but they're going to have to account for that as well. That's a terrible thing for those people to have to go through, especially if they paid into that system. Wigzell says, at the same time, an insurance company that has automated denying claims without even checking claims is pretty damn terrible too. And this person says, automated by AI, by the way. So not only F the patient, but F the person who used to do that job too. iBatter Badger says automated with an AI that has a known error rate of around 90% at that. Maybe like Water says, which absolutely baffles me. There's no way AI will objectively make those decisions. Those are programmed algorithms, and the AI is the new scapegoat. Okay, so this was posted in the anti-work subreddit. So they just posted a picture of this man. And Vapor says, when everyone holds an unpermitted parade next year, bring posters of the UHC victims sacrificed on the altar of Mammon to the bronze bull while wearing either a mask or a picture of his smile. Occupy Wall Street 2.0. Lost in Space says, gotta do more than just occupy. Last time a bunch rich Fs just laughed and pointed down at everyone from their balconies. Occupy was a joke. Tilly Funk says, I mean, this time start a bonfire from the lobby. Puzzlehead says, fire does rise. Someone went and found a picture of this man, and the person at the bottom says, this guy is going to get a lot of letters in prison. Cantor says, amazing that he was found with every bit of evidence, including a goddamn smoking gun. That's really a lucky break after he was so careful to avoid identification. And Buzzy Pasta says, that's what's a bit suspicious to me. You go to the terrible trouble of making your gun extra silenced. You remain calm while getting your shots off. You get out of the scene pretty damn well, and you don't ditch the gun while carrying multiple fake IDs on you a week later with no change in appearance at all? Corey Neal says, only logical reason I've seen posted is having another target that he was on his way to. I don't believe that though. I can't think of why he's still holding it. And Goodfellas says, just seems so weird. The guy orchestrated one of the cleanest hits and getaways if he did it with no help, which is also hard to believe. He was caught in a different state with the same clothes, the literal smoking gun with the silencer in the same clothes. For an Ivy League graduate, seems rather stupid. And Pacific Side says he was eating at McDonald's when he was the most wanted person in America. He gave himself up. The only question is why. Maybe he read all of the threads about jury nullification and saw the public reception and thought it would help his cause to reveal himself. It's hard to paint him as a psychopath when he's a valedictorian engineer with a completely valid reasoning. So, yeah, it's really weird that he was found with all of that evidence on himself. Even if somebody literally just watched some crime shows for a couple of seasons, you would know to get rid of all of that stuff as you go along this trail. So why? This it just doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, join the conversation. Let me know what you think of all this. What is your reaction to this man getting caught? Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
They're cheering in the dirty streets in which they live that someone was shot.
I'm upset right now.
If you didn't buy so many iced lattes, you could afford chemotherapy. Put on my finest jewels to record a video of myself yelling at poor people. Okay, so it's expensive to take an ambulance. Ride your bike to the hospital. I know you all have them because you're poor. Whole Foods is out of coconut cult. Yogurt. I don't shoot the cashier. I'm not saying my husband is a CEO, but if he was, he had children. He probably had an aunt, insurance, this insurance, that. That's all you poor people talk about. It's not like you're dying. And what is insurance anyway? You know, and I know he probably has cousins and a dog, maybe. Insurance denied your claim for a wheelchair? Try walking. Who's going to wear all of his Patagonia vests now? We all have problems. My dog clone didn't turn out right. You don't see me gunning down the person who did it. I looked up hiring a hitman, but didn't follow through. I don't understand how poor people... You poor people! What, he owns a minority orphan mine? And he deserves to get shot over that?
Someone just lost a child, a husband, a father. And all I'm seeing on social media is just people being happy about it. I am so confused. And on top of that, they're now wanting to create a GoFundMe for the person who committed the crime. They are cheering him on, and some people are even creating target lists of other people who may be next. What is going on? Can someone please explain this to me? When did we stop being human? What did Brian Thompson do that people are happy that he's now dead? What did Brian Thompson do that people on social media are willing or wanting to protect the shooter? Am I crazy that I don't understand this?